Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Clinton out in Altoona. What's up, Clinton? How you doing?
Hi, good. How you doing, Rich?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hey, yeah, thanks for taking my call. Hey, real quick, I want to bear with me here on my point. First of all, there's some calls, like you were saying in a caller before. That roughing the passer against Brady there late in the game was outrageous. I mean,
okay, yeah, but it is Brady, so they try to protect him. I get that.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse. I mean,
yeah.
And secondly, Brady gets another Super Bowl. He'll have 6 Super Bowls, and that's as many as the Steelers have had in their history. And I know Steeler fans aren't going to like that at all.
No.
And also, real quick, I want to make a point. This generation's best team has been New England, but I'd like to see how they would play back in the 70s and 80s rules, like when the Steelers had a great defense and the Bears might have had the greatest defense in one year of all time. Those plays wouldn't work because you could light guys up. I mean, you could bomb the quarterback within reason. Those little receivers the Patriots have always had wouldn't be able to last in them games the way the Bears hit players. I mean, they have a perfect team for this generation because they're taking the defense completely out of the game.
You know what? I think a guy like Brady would be able to adapt. I think cream rises to the top, right? And I have not seen. And look, I'm a lot younger than a lot of people that are probably watching this show right now, and I haven't seen. I never even had a chance to really see Terry Bradshaw and that generation of quarterbacks, and Joe Montana. I remember watching him when he was with the Chiefs, so I never got to see really his glory days. But what I'm saying is, Tom Brady, I think, is every bit as good, and in my opinion, better than those quarterbacks. And
I mean, I agree, but he goes another Super Bowl, and if they lose, he'll lost as many Super Bowls as Joe Montana has won. So do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, win or lose. I mean, especially if another loss is hooked on Brady, do you think that has anything to do with? I mean, do you think that would change his legacy at all?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, I look at his legacy right now. I mean, 13 out of 18 AFC championships, 8 straight AFC championship games. Now he's going back to another Super Bowl. His 9th, and he's won 5. I think just what he's done is just amazing, and what we've seen is just amazing. In my opinion. I mean, yes, this is no doubt a dynasty, and I think what the Patriots have been able to do in this generation surpasses what the Steelers did back in the 70s. And I know that's not probably the right thing to say around here, and I know people disagree with me, but there are different rules. You're right. No question about it. I mean, could Brady handle those pass rushes? Could Brady handle getting killed back there? I don't know, because that's the one thing that does affect this guy is when you get to him.
Yeah, that's the question is because of all the time he has. It's like, is there any is there actually any holding calls going on? I mean, does New England go through the whole year without one holding penalty? I mean, come on.
But I think he does have a lot of time back there because he's so good, and they have so many people out there, and he just can kind of survey the field. So you have to play the pass when you play him. So
well, we'll see what Aaron Donald and them guys can do.
Yeah, I'm really anxious to see this, and I'm rooting for the Rams.
Okay,
I'll see you. Thanks a lot, Clint. I appreciate it. Let's go out to Pete in Squirrel Hill. What's up, Pete?
What's up, Rich? How you doing tonight?
Hey, thanks for calling.
Two quick points. Number one, you entered the show saying, if you love football, what a great day it was. I think it was horrific. The officiating is embarrassing, actually. Not bad, but embarrassing.
Yeah, you could look at it that way, Pete. I mean, but I'm saying they were 2 good games, overtime games. That's the way I was kind of looking at it.
And the second point is not to hold your age against you. That anybody that thinks Tom Brady is a better football player than your comparable Jim Brown, just talk to people that were around, or do yourself a favor, go back and read about him and what he accomplished. He stands alone as not only the greatest football player that ever lived, he's the greatest athlete that ever walked the planet. He's the only person in 4 Hall of Fames. Thank you.
Yeah, Pete, you make a good point about Jim Brown, and I did think of him. Obviously, I never had a chance to see him play, but yeah, he might have been a better lacrosse player than he was a football player. So, I mean, I'm going to say that what I've seen, I think Tom Brady might be the greatest football player ever. What he's been able to accomplish, getting to so many championship games, and having a chance to win a 6th Super Bowl in this day and age, when you would think that athletes are more dominant now than they were back then. To me, I think what he's been able to accomplish is much greater than any other athlete or any other football player that played the game. All right, let's go out to let's go. We got to take a break. Back to wrap things up. Coming up next. Stay right there.